Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm yet again joined by my boyfriend Lewis.
Hello, Angie's audience.
So what we're doing today is we're actually filming and recording for our podcast.
Yes.
So if you don't know, and you may not know, because I don't think I've actually mentioned it on my channel before, but Lewis and I have a podcast called The Financial Couple, and we talk about everything personal finance and couple finance as well. Yeah. So we thought that we would share it with you guys because I feel like a lot of you would be interested in the topic that we're talking about today.
Yeah.
So today what we're going to be talking about is whether or not you and your partner should combine finances. If you do like it, please make sure that you give this video a thumbs up so then we know to keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah. Destroy the like button.
Yeah, just destroy that like button. Yeah, exactly right. So because we are filming for our podcast as well, I obviously do have my laptop over to the left. So if for some reason you see me kind of look to the left and read, well, obviously I've got prompts. So then it's a bit more smooth sailing. All right, I think that's enough.
That's good, yeah.
Of us having a good old gas bag. Yeah. So maybe we'll just get stuck into it.
Yeah.
And sorry.
We're going to try and not edit this video at all. So because editing's really annoying. So we're just going to try and do like one take.
The minimal. Yeah. So if we kind of talk over the top of each other, about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just going to try and do the best that we can. I do have some statistics. I did my research for this topic because while it is mostly our opinion, it's always good to back up your opinion by facts as well. So, I did do a bit of research, and according to a study conducted by the University of Queensland, 86% of married couples and 53% of cohabiting couples, or I guess you would call them like de facto, because they're not married, combine finances. Yeah. So I'm going to start with a question for you, Lewis. So why do you think that so many married couples combine their finances compared to like de facto or just cohabiting couples? Why do you think?
I feel like just because it's easier. Like it's the path of least resistance kind of thing.
You feel like it's like the next step?
No, not really. I feel like most people do it just because it's easier. Like, you can just have everything in the one place, and you can, like, keep track of just one account.
Yeah, true, rather than multiple.
Yeah, like, you don't have to transfer, check this and check that. Like, you can just share the one bank account. So I feel like managing it would be easier.
But do you think that being married has anything to do with it? Because I feel like being married shouldn't really make a difference. But I feel like for a lot of people, it does. Yeah.
But I feel like that's the main reason why people do it. But I guess, once you get married, then I guess it's just like a thing you do, I guess, for most couples.
Yeah.
Most,
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that's what I think. We're not married, so it's kind of like,
and
we say a little bit.
Also, a bit of background context as well. We don't have a combined account either. Like, we have accounts, but not all of our money is combined. Yeah. Which we'll get into that a little bit later.
I guess we should tell them some of the topics we're going to cover.
Yeah.
In this episode.
So, well, the first one is, should you combine your finances or not? And why is it a good... What are the benefits and cons of both? Yeah. I guess. And I guess another one is actually when. So it's not just whether to do it or not, but when is the right time.
If you think it is a good decision to do that.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
So this one's just going to be short and sweet.
Yeah. So why do you think people combine once they get married? 83% of married couples.
I think it's kind of like that next step. Like, you're married now, you're legally bound to each other. Yeah. So I feel like, and again, it's probably for convenience too. Like that, well, you most likely own a home together, you probably have bills together, so then putting all your money in the one account makes more sense. Yeah. But I feel like having that security of marriage is why a lot of people maybe do. Yeah. Because you are, it sounds so horrible, you're legally bound together. Like you have to, not you have to do it, but like you're stuck with each other.
Yeah, I guess so.
Kind of.
Yeah. And I feel like maybe in a way, it kind of levels the playing ground.
Yeah.
Because, like, say one person earns more than the other.
Yeah, which is most likely. It's like very, very common in couples. Usually there's one person who earns a lot more than the other.
Yeah, so if that's the case, I feel like if you combine, then you're kind of leveling it.
Yeah,
like
it's equal.
You're sharing everything as well.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of legally married, like tied together.
Yeah.
So you may as well kind of share things.
And I guess that when you do choose to get married, like that's what you're kind of agreeing to, that everything is yours, that is yours is mine.
Yeah.
Like it's shared.
Yeah. And we do think a little bit differently, which we'll talk about a little bit. But but I feel like that's some of the main reasons why people would potentially do that.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's others, but yeah, maybe share your experiences down below if you're married and what you think is, or like what you think is right for you guys and stuff.
Yeah, because like I said, like we've said before, like everyone's different, every single couple's different, and whatever we do may not work for you guys.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to combine or not to combine, I think we have different... We definitely have different opinions on this, and my family definitely has different opinions on this. For me personally, it's like an independence thing. Like
whether to combine finances or not.
Like, well, it's so I don't believe in combining finances. Like, I don't believe in having every single thing combined.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I'm a very independent person and I don't feel the need to see how much you earn. Like, to me, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you can pay for the mortgage and you can pay for the bills and, like, you're part of the mortgage. Yeah. Sorry, you're part of the mortgage and you're part of the bills and you're part of the groceries. That's what I care about.
You're saying, like, when you pay for the mortgage.
When you pay for everything. Like, I think that, for me personally, I don't think it's necessary. Like, I don't want to see what comes into, like, how much you earn every single month. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. But you think also, tell me if I'm wrong, but it's like, it's going back to what you said, it's like the independence thing. Yeah. Like, what I earn is mine, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, like, that sounds so selfish, but, like, kind of, like, I want to take
that's part of it.
Well, part of it, but I want to take a lot of pride in my money and feel like, well, I earned that money, so it is mine, but I'm happy to put money towards things that are ours.
Yeah, definitely.
Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
I just think that, like, it makes sense to have everything combined, but at the same time, like, why... I don't need to see what you spend your money on. Like, you can spend your money on whatever you want. I don't need to be able to see that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I kind of think the same as you in a way. But on the flip side of the coin, I'd also be happy to combine finances as well. Yeah. Like, I kind of get, like, what you earn and, like, maybe, like, personal goals you want to reach. Yeah. For your own, like, savings account or investments or whatever. Because it's, like, something you've built up. Yeah. And you can also combine those things, like, later on if you choose to.
Yeah, which we might down the track.
We might.
My mind might get changed. But I think that... And it's not about, like, seeing how much you earn or whatever, but I think that you need to have, like... And even before you think about combining your finances or whether or not you're combining your finances is kind of having an understanding of what your partner earns. Yeah. Like, you don't need to know how much they earn every single month, but having a clear understanding of their current financial situation. Yeah. And that might make you change your mind on if you want to combine your finances or not. Because if you or your partner have debts, like personal debts, car loans, anything that is related back to you and not you as a couple, well, then who pays for that? If your finances are combined, well, then is your partner paying for part of your loan? Yeah. That's a tricky... Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah. That's a tricky one, though, like...
Like, that's also where my logic is coming in as well. Like, if you want to combine your finances, I think the very first thing that you need to do is to talk about your current financial situation and be really open and honest. Because obviously money is, like, you need to be trusting in your partner and knowing some of what they're putting their money towards. Yeah. And especially if they do have those kinds of debts, well, that's not your debt, it's theirs. So does that kind of make sense?
Yeah. You kind of want each person to be responsible for their own actions and debt and stuff. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. Like, I don't think that I don't think the responsibility should rely just on one person. Like, one person shouldn't solely be paying for, like, bills and groceries and all that sort of stuff.
So, like, say, for example, like, someone, like, quits work or they lost their job.
Yeah.
Or decides to stay at home or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't think the other person should have to pay that person's debt?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, unless, like, you're married and it was, like, a joint decision. But, yeah, like, if
it feels like their personal thing.
Yeah, if it was their personal choice to go and get a new car and they lose their job and they don't have any money to back themselves up, well, then why should your partner, like, and maybe that's very disconnected, but why should your partner then pay for the choices that you have made?
Yeah.
And that might come across as really harsh.
So these are reasons as to why you think you don't want to combine.
Yeah. Not that I don't have any consumer debt anymore.
Yeah.
But when I did, like, why should you then be putting money towards that when it's not yours at all?
Yeah.
When it's got nothing to do with you.
Yeah. And I guess there's, like, multiple different, like, definitions of what I guess you can call combining finances.
Yeah.
Like, we have our own individual accounts.
Yes.
So you get paid into your work account.
Yeah.
And then I have my business account. But then we have, like, a combined shared account.
Yeah. So
for, like, mortgage, groceries.
Yeah.
So we do combine finances in a way.
Yeah.
But not everything.
But yeah, we're partially combined.
Yeah.
But what we do combine is equal.
Yeah. Like, straight down the middle.
Yeah. Like, we have an ING account.
Yeah.
And in that ING account, every single month, we both put in $500.
Yes, right? For, like, groceries and stuff.
Yeah, so that's for groceries, bills, like, internet, cat food, all those or like the householdy kind of things.
Yeah.
That's what that money goes towards. And then everything else, well, that's up to us. Apart from the mortgage, that's up to us to spend and manage ourselves.
Yeah.
I think it's also a responsible thing. And I'm probably sounding like I'm super, like, hating on combining finances, but I think that
I don't think there's any right or wrong way.
No,
like,
and there isn't.
That's just, like, our setup.
But I think that as an adult, like, you need to be responsible for your money. That's how you learn.
Yes.
Like, and I know that some people may not be very responsible with their money, but they need to learn to be.
Yeah, hopefully.
And that's also probably really harsh of an opinion of mine as well.
Yeah.
But I think that, like, you can't...
But it's something you learn, like, as you go on.
And you have to
want to learn. Like, you can't just wake up one day and be like, I've solved it. Like, it's an ever-going... Yeah. Like, it's like a continuous thing.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. All right, so when or if you should combine finances. So I think, and this was, and my mum gave me so much hate, not hate, but a very different opinion my mum had when we spoke about this at the dinner table. So for myself personally, the only time that I see us ever combining finances is when or if we have children.
Yeah. Yeah, I reckon that's fair.
What do you think?
Yeah, I reckon that's fair.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I do.
Like, I think that, you know, if one person, like, if you decide to have children, like, one person might need to take some time off. And when that person takes that time off, obviously they're not going to have an income.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I guess kind of what we're saying is, like, we combine and we keep separate, but we still are a couple. So we are here to, like, support each other. Yeah. Kind of thing. So it's not like what I have is, like, all mine and, like, I don't share any of, like, the extra cash. Yeah. Like, we still we still do share and stuff and, like, share each other's dinners and trips and stuff. Yeah. Like, it's not all, like...
Mine's mine.
Yeah, it's not, like, it's not all, like, black and white kind of thing.
It's just because I want to see my own money build up. Yeah. I want to see my savings build up. I want to see my investments build up. And, like, we might combine these things later down the track, but for me, it's a motivational and independence thing. Like, I want to show myself that I can do it. Yeah.
I thought I'll just put that in there because I don't think we covered that in the last bit.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but going back to your question, when or if to combine. So you think if someone has kids?
I think someone has kids.
Or if we had kids, that'd be a good time.
If we had kids, I think that would be a good time. That, to me, seems the most logical time. Yeah. Because when you have kids, you have to buy so many little things for that child. Yeah. And, like, how do you determine who pays for what then? Yeah. So, like, we could keep it still the same, but I feel like
Maybe you could have like a baby fund.
But yeah, you could have a baby
You'd put in like a couple of grand each.
Yeah.
And like split that.
Yeah.
But then also like I'm kind of open to sharing funds. Like say for example, you had a baby and you wanted to stay home for like a year.
I had a baby. I mean, we had a baby.
I mean, but you you would be having it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no, we have a baby. Yes.
Yeah.
And then I want to take time off work and stay at home.
Yeah. Like I'd be more than happy to like support you during that time.
Yeah.
And like vice versa, like say my business went kaput, like
yeah.
I'm sure you'll be willing to support me.
Yeah, maybe.
yeah. And like combine during that time.
Yeah.
As well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess for us that's like when we would.
That's when we would, but I think that when we would combine finances.
Yeah.
But I think that the right time, I think for anybody is that's completely personal. But I think that you definitely need to first of all trust your partner.
Yeah.
You need to be trusting because if you know that your partner has particular habits that might be detrimental to your financial situation, they're the kind of things that you need to know before you put all your money in together.
Yeah.
And I think that you have to know that you're both very like committed to each other too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean hopefully you trust each other in your relationship to like talk about anything and also like finances as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Because I think you've said in the past, like, also, like, if the relationship went south...
Yeah.
Maybe not for us, but just in general relationships. Yeah. Or maybe us, you never know. Yeah. Hopefully not, but, like, say, for example, something happened, all the finances were combined.
Yeah.
You think it's good for someone to be able to walk away and have some money?
Yeah.
To, like, set themselves up, maybe go stay somewhere... Or get the other person out, or just have like a backup.
This is actually a quote that's come from Kristen Cavallari, which if any of you know, she's from The Hills. And her quote is, "I'm with you because I love you, not because I need you."
Yeah.
So like that's my kind of mindset as well. Like every woman or every person should have enough of their own money that if they need to leave, they can leave.
Yeah.
And that's what I said, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Every woman or everybody, if they need to get out or if they need to leave, then they can leave.
Yeah.
So that's another reason why I don't ever planning on leaving you, but I'm just saying that like you can combine your finances, that's fine, but I think that your partner needs to be understanding that if you want to have your own separate account for savings, investing, whatever you want to do with it, then they need to be okay with that.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Because if, like I said, if like stuff starts to happen and you need to leave that person or leave that relationship, then you need to have that money put aside. And this is where I think the topic of like money conversations really needs to be had.
Yeah.
Within your relationship. And I think you need to have those conversations before you think about combining your finances. Yeah. So I don't think there's ever a right time or wrong time to combine or whether or not you should combine your finances or not. I think that you just need to be open and honest with each other about your financial situations, like roughly what you earn every month, what you spend every month, just so then you can kind of have an understanding of where that money's going. And then if adjustments need to be made or if someone needs to put in more money because they're spending more, then those kind of things need to happen. As well. Because money conversations, and as boring as they are, and this is my own personal opinion, they really do strengthen a relationship because financial stress is one of the biggest reasons why couples break up.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
I've researched that too. That's actually true.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest reasons for divorce in Australia is financial stress.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're open and honest with your partner about the money and you're having those conversations regularly, not every single day, but like often enough that you know what's going on, what's going in, going out, and that takes a lot of stress off your partner.
Yeah, definitely.
And off you as well.
Yeah, I feel like those discussions definitely are important because, say, for example, you don't have them and then you combine finances.
Yeah.
And then maybe like one person in the relationship's on like a different spending trajectory.
Yeah.
Maybe they're like doing a lot of online shopping, going to the pub every night. Then that's going to start eating into the other person's contributions.
And I put that in here as well.
And then I feel like that does make it unequal.
Yeah.
Because then the other person maybe has to work more or contribute more. Or they feel like they're taking on the burden.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like that's where those like stressful situations can come in.
And that goes as well with like not only spending but saving.
Yeah.
Like if someone isn't willing to save with you and put in an almost equal amount or contribute in any way, why would you want to combine your finances when that can potentially like eat into all those savings that you've probably tried really hard to build up?
Yeah. So you think if someone's putting more savings in, it's not fair? Not
really. Not if it's... again, like you have to have a...
What if you're like married or something?
Yeah, but you have to have you have to have a conversation about it. Like you have to understand, okay, we want to... Let's say that we want to do a remodel of our kitchen. How much do we need to put into the kitchen remodeling? Well, you might be able to put in more money than I can because you earn more money than I. But we have an understanding and that's what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can't just have those conversations and say, oh, well, no, I don't want to put money towards that.
Yeah.
Like you have to be able to explain why. Like maybe your partner has other goals that you might not know about.
Yeah, and I reckon that's fair because like if someone's like earning more than the other person, then like say I put in like 10% of my savings.
Yeah.
And you put in 10% of your savings. Yeah. Like the amounts might be different. But you're still contributing the same amount of your savings. Yeah. So it's kind of equal, even though the amounts are different.
Yeah. I agree
with that. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you're like, let's say that I might be able to put in $100, but you might only be able to put in $10.
Yeah.
Like, that's the 10%.
Yeah.
But it's still like, you're still contributing in some way, but there's an understanding as to why.
Yeah.
Like maybe you only want to put in that amount or can only afford to put in that amount because you really want to put money towards, I don't know, like investments or something like that, or an investment property or a house deposit that you want to have your own investment property for.
Yeah.
And that's why I think that like combining finances can get really tricky because you need to, without having an idea of where the couple's going or where you want to go in the future, then how can you possibly combine finances and it work?
Yeah, I feel like anything can work, especially combining finances.
Yeah.
Like, say if you're a stay-at-home mum or dad, and one person's earning all the income.
Yeah.
Then that's like there's nothing wrong with that, obviously.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
Because only one person will be the breadwinner.
Yeah, and the other person is working for free because they're looking after the kid.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. So it's like there's no like, but I feel like as long as you have those conversations
first,
then whatever the situation you choose, then that's like perfectly fine.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like as long as you're both on the same page, and there's like no confusion, then I feel like it's combining, not combining, whatever the split is. I feel like yeah.
So I think for us, what we want you to take away from this really is that it's okay to combine and it's okay to not combine. But what you need to do first is to sit down with your partner and talk about it.
Yeah.
Talk about your current financial situation, your goals, what you see for the future, how much you both roughly earn. You don't have to sit down and say to your partner, tell me every single cent that you earn.
Yeah, that's
how much do you earn every single year? Like that's something that some people might consider really private, but you might want to know a rough estimate of what they earn. And obviously where they like see themselves in the future. What other goals do they have? What's their like money aspirations for later? Yeah. Because you might find that one person wants to save for a house deposit and then the other person doesn't. So that's where those conversations that's your priority.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess a lot of these conversations like can be considered like tedious and boring. Yeah. But I feel like it is important obviously because it's kind of those things that kind of set you up for the kind of direction you want to go. Yeah. Like buying a house, traveling, like whatever you want to do, there's always like a money consideration. Yeah. So I feel like if you can like nip that in the bud, then the rest kind of like takes care of itself in a way. And
it's also about like being comfortable with your partner too. Like if if I had to say to you I couldn't afford to do something, I'm more than comfortable now to say it to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we've spoken about all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Because you know about the goals that I currently have and set for myself.
Yeah. And like vice versa. Like, I would 100% like come to you if I was like struggling a little bit. Yeah,
be like, or if you wanted to go out for dinner this weekend, I would say to you, oh, that'd be awesome, but how about next weekend because I can't quite afford it? Then maybe if you can afford it that week, you'd be like, oh, well, don't worry about it. Like, it's my shout.
Yeah. And I feel like we're kind of like going full circle here. But,
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, but I feel like for some relationships, like sometimes you combine everything, like mortgages, sometimes even jobs, lifestyle.
Yeah.
So having that separation is kind of, you still have a bit of yourself.
Yeah, it's personal.
It's like your own like little personal thing going on, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like it's separated.
Yeah.
In some instances, but I feel like that's maybe another reason why
I think so.
people might want to
keep it separate.
keep it separate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I think we've covered quite a fair bit in this episode, and we've probably rambled on a little bit.
I feel like we have a little bit, but that's all right.
But that's okay. Like, again, like, it's just our opinion. It's what we think, and it's what we have done. And so far, it's worked really well for us.
Yeah. Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood. Touch your head.
Yeah.
Now, before we wrap up the episode, we have a question that we like to ask each other. Every episode. Do you have a question?
No, you asked me first because I forgot the question.
Okay. I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
All right. So my question for you is that when we have a child,
yes.
if we have a child, when or if we have a child, would you put money away every single month to build up a savings account for them?
For like when they're
18 for a car or for a house deposit or something like that. Could be like $20 a month when they're born. Or like an investment account.
I wouldn't do it for a car or a mortgage because I want them to work for it.
So would you do it for an investment then?
Maybe like a surprise investment that I would like never tell them about.
Yeah, until...
And then maybe just drop it on them one day.
Yeah,
but
for like their 21st or maybe their 30th birthday or something.
Yeah, I'd wait until they're a little bit older so they don't potentially blow it when they're like 21.
Sell the investments, yeah.
Yeah, but personally, like I feel like you have to work for a mortgage deposit, house deposit, or like a car or something.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you
luxury.
Yeah, I feel like if you just give it to them on a silver platter, then
they'll become entitled.
The worth of that item is like so disconnected.
Yeah, true. That's a good point.
But I do believe in like putting a little bit away, maybe for like an investment.
Yeah.
Maybe just to show them once they're older, like
this is what your money can do.
Yeah, like I put this away when you were just like 3 months old, and like 20 years later, this is what it is, or 30 years later. Like I'll try and teach them the process of it.
Yeah.
Rather than the actual amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have a question for me?
No, I don't.
You don't have. We have to come up with a question.
Did you think of that beforehand?
Well, I remember we spoke about it a couple months ago, and then I wrote it down, and I must have deleted it.
Okay, I've got a question for you.
Okay, ask me a question.
So say for example, we were having a kid.
Another kid question. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just kind of bouncing off your...
Okay, stealing my idea. Okay,
so you knew you were pregnant.
Yes.
So how would
I'm not pregnant, by the way, guys.
Yeah, how would you kind of do would you set up like a savings account like when they're like in the belly? So when the baby's born, you have some like cash for like discrepancy funds, like clothes or...
like a baby fund?
Yeah.
Like an emergency baby fund?
Yeah, like what would you... Yeah, an emergency baby fund.
Yeah, like an emergency baby fund. Is that what you mean?
Kinda, yeah. Well,
so
not so much an emergency, but like... Oh, I guess it could be.
Or like money that you're going to spend on the baby, and like that's all the money that you're going to spend.
Yeah, like what would you do?
Like a sinking fund for a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd do like a sinking fund for a baby. I'd do a sinking fund for a baby.
Would you?
Yeah, because prams and like cots and I've got no idea about babies, but like that stuff, I'm assuming, I've never researched it, but I'm just assuming that stuff's really expensive. So yeah, probably when or if I was to find out that I was pregnant, yeah, probably, because that stuff adds up really quickly.
Those designer prams, they're like...
I'm not getting a designer pram. What do you think our child is? They can deal with whatever they get. They're a baby. They won't know any different.
$50 came up pram.
Yeah, hey, if it does the trick.
Yeah.
But especially like you have to buy like all the plates and the bowls and the sippy cups and the like bib things and like all their clothes. Like that stuff's expensive.
Yeah, I imagine it would be.
So yeah, that's actually, I never thought about that. But yeah, I would do that. We would do that, hopefully.
We would do that, yeah.
If that was to happen.
Yeah. I can't believe we've recorded this whole video with no stopping.
I know.
I think that's the first time we've ever done that.
I don't know what it's going to sound like, so...
Yeah, well, hopefully...
Just let us know, guys.
Yeah, hopefully you've liked it, and comment down below on maybe your current financial situations. And
Or if you
and
are,
what you think about what we think.
Yeah, or if you are listening to this as well on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure that you do give us a review and let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for coming on again.
It's been good.
Lewis, it's always fun to chat to my main man.
That's all right.
And guys, we will see and you will hear us in the next episode.
Yep. See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.